All right, guys, here we go. Fight Bananas podcast. My main man, Brok Weaver, UFC lightweight. My man, how are you?
Man, I'm great, man. Just at King Mo's right now, resting,
Okay.
uh, getting ready to go get my hair braided, and then head to strength and condition with Phil Daru.
Whew.
So yeah,
No messing around there.
no, it ain't no messing around there, man. It's hard work. It's hard work.
Absolutely, man. Brock, man, appreciate you. Appreciate your time. It's been this year and a half journey. We've been talking back and forth. I remember talking to you right before the Contender, after the Contender, a couple fight announcements. So it's been great. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. I'm pumped. I feel like finally, since the Contender, you have a legit full fight camp. You know who you're fighting. Hopefully, you and your opponent is there on the 12th. You're down there at ATT. You're down there with Daru. Do you feel good to kind of be like, okay, a straight line? The last fight was a real quick 10-day notice during the pandemic. We're kind of a little bit past it now. So you feel good about this camping on September 12th, going to war?
Yeah, man. Not bashing anything back home, any gym, Port City, and training. With my boy Blake. But just to be around in the room with people that's got the same job as you.
Right.
Back home we had some high level fighters, but it was only just a few of us. Here, man, there's 20, 30 guys that are very high level from all around the world that all have the same job as me. And, we all have to be at a certain class every day. We don't work around our work schedules. This is our job. So we all have to be there. We all have to show up, and it's most of the time it's the only job we all have, and
Right.
It's good to be around somebody, a lot of people like that, and man, just it's literally when I got back home, man, and in the Contender, I trained my butt off. I was ready. I won. I got the contract, and I felt like I got a little comfortable. I knew I needed to make the move and get down here or just wherever there's a lot of partners that do have the same job with me. We have the same dream. We have it's all we do. We eat, breathe, and sleep fighting, and nothing else. And that's what it takes. You have to be around people like that because they're steadily evolving every day, man. When I've probably been here the last 7-8 weeks now, and man, truthfully told, I have barely won a round against anybody, man. And it's so humbling. I experienced this back in the day at MMA Masters, and I leveled up in those 2.5, 3 years I trained there, and I got home and maintained that, and me and some Port City and Blake, we all put some things together, man. We made a nice little run, but it's overdue time. I haven't changed up anything in the last few fights. So fighters that in high level coaches that are in the UFC, and the only guys I'm going to fight, they all see my routine, my patterns, what I did. So it was time to change. It's time to get out of my comfort zone again, move down here and eat, breathe, and sleep this, man. And just within the 8 weeks, I definitely think we'll see Brok Weaver 2.0 and September 12th, man. Frank, he's tough, and he's a perfect style matchup for me. The last guy was too, but like you said, it was on an 8-day notice. Hopefully, he gets a couple wins. I'll run that back again. So
wow. Well, we're super excited for this one. Like you said, I was driving with Dean on the way back from Oxford, Mississippi, when a couple of these fights were thrown back and forth. And, and we've talked about it a couple times. Like, you want that 15 minutes of stand-up war. Like, you've been eager for this moment. And it seems like, it hasn't clicked, right? And it feels like with Frank Camacho, this is, to me, destined for fight of the night. Has a fight of the year potential to it. We know what you can do. I'm just really eager for this matchup so far for your first three. Is that, wrong to say? Or are you on the same wave path as that?
Oh, for sure, man.
Okay.
I come in the UFC with tons of hype, and now my hype trains is went down just from the last two fights and performances that I've had, and difficult circumstances, and the illegal knee, something I could control. But last fight, I could have controlled everything, and I didn't. And I'm eager to prove to myself, man. Do I really need to be here? I mean, I'm training with these guys every day, and they're freaking hard to fight, man. Like, there's some killers at ATT. Everybody's a killer. I mean, even the amateurs are good. They're probably gonna be in the UFC, but it's yeah, man. This next fight is all or nothing. I realistically have 2 fights left on my contract, but this fight, I mean, if I lose it poorly, I probably won't get another fight, and if I do, it might not even help me. But like Dean told me, even how it's going right now, I'm one big performance win away from becoming the most famous fighter in the world. So I got that in the back of my head. I've added some tools to my game within these 8 weeks. I've got back to my sniper and sneaky ways and my countering instead of just bullheading forward. I'm getting back to my just being a freaking assassin, a freaking sniper in there, and having and if I need to bring that dog out, he's always there, or the wolf. I would call it a wolf. When he needs to come out, we'll bring him out. And Frank might bring him out because Frank's tough. But I got a good game plan. The coach is here working with me now, and I'm putting together a pretty good strategy, and want to go out there and let it loose, man, flow into it. I know what it feels like not to fight with absolutely no crowd, not even G-Man in the crowd now. I mean, I know it's going to feel like a sparring match, a hard sparring match. So that's just what I've been just meditating on, man, and just thinking of it. It's all about the mental capacity. When I've ever come in a fight mentally strong, life's good, everything's going good, I'm hard to beat.
Right.
Beat, man.
Right. One thing you said, and I 100% agree. It's the fight game is weird how that is. One performance, literally, or a 6-month span. Tell me Masvidal from 2018 to 2020. How about right now? Like, we're in the Cheeto Vera show right now. His name before that fight. I watch all the embeddeds, all that recap going into 252. Yeah. I didn't know who Sugar Sean O'Malley was fighting. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't mention him. Now he's everywhere. Like, it's his UFC. His next fight is humongous. And I feel the same way. We talked about you. After your Contender Series fight, your name was one of the hottest names in mixed martial arts, period, bar none. And it feels like one performance, one war, one killer sniper, left hook, whatever it is, your name is right back on top. So it just can change that quick. That's just the fight game.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited. I feel it, man. Everybody says they feel it. They feel a great knockout or they feel a great performance coming, but I feel like always my whole career, and y'all been following me. I'll hit a little bumpy road every now and then, but when I come off that bumpy road, we're coming off it hard, and I feel like I'm gonna come off that bumpy road with this fight, man, and get back to a nice little win streak, man, and start climbing.
Right. You have great highs in your career. Like it's a little bit sometimes like a roller coaster, but I think with you that I can say about other fighters, sometimes they never get to the highest point of that roller coaster. Brok Weaver does. Your performance against Tyler Hill, what you did in the Contender Series, some of your, how you communicate afterwards, like you could go as high as can be. So a big win after Camacho on the 12th. I can see that very, very for you. So we're so excited. How has been the transition? You keep on talking about it, how many savages there are at American Top Team. And, we see you with Daru, with Mike Davis, Randy Costa, K-Rock's over there, JDS, his body's looked the best he's ever looked. How are you doing with Phil Daru week in and week out now? How is it performing, transferring your body?
Yeah, man. I've never ever really did no.
Right.
I've always pretty much did my strength conditioning, and I've always been prided on my cardio and natural strength that I think a lot of my people were given, just cock strong. But I definitely feel from when I first came here how weak I was to these guys that were on strength conditioning programs every week and 3 times a week. And Phil he's showed me how to use my core, or strengthening my core,
right,
my back and my legs that I lacked a lot in, and I feel like I'm like a cat on the mats, man. But when I'm grappling, I just feel like all kinds of bull strength, man. He's tightened me up. I feel the wrestling cardio coming back, and even more. It's little fast twitch muscles that we never work on. He's working on me, and I feel just faster, man. Just in and out. I feel like I said, my fluidity coming back. This next fight, man. I'm probably like Bruce Lee, bro. I'm just gonna be like water or something, man. Like I feel my swag coming back. I got, like I said, I've stole a couple techniques from some guys in the gym, added into my
right
of doing it, and I think, like I said, man, I'm one big performance away,
right
and I've created some tactics that I think I could get that Showtime kind of knockout, or that, just something out of the box, man. And not too crazy. I ain't too flashy, but I need Frank to go to sleep. I need him to go to sleep or get beat up real bad. Like,
right. Another thing I want to transition to, something I saw you tweeted out there probably 5 days ago. Paige Van Zant signs with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and you wrote on about it. Bare Knuckle FC. I think they're there at American Top Team doing the whole press conference. They're heading to Daytona Beach on 9/11. You fought in that squared circle, and you thought that it would be probably a good spot for Paige. And you know a lot of people there. Jason Knight fought for Bare Knuckle and so much. How do you feel the momentum right now is for Bare Knuckle FC? It seems like it's pretty, like they're on fire.
Yeah, man. BKFC is, if say I did get cut from the UFC, I'm 28 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Go back to the regional fight league. I'm gonna go back to Island Fights, whoop up on a couple guys. I'm gonna go to BKFC, get my re-chance at that, make a run in that, and do something like Chase Sermon did and be right back in the UFC. Like, right. I mean, people like, oh, you gonna get cut? Well, if I get cut, well, now I'm an American Top Team. I got a couple years to get better. I'm gonna stay here. Like Dean said, this is my next home for the next 4 years for sure. Whether I'm in the UFC or not, I'll go to Bare Knuckle. I'll go back to Island Fights, and I'll be right back in the UFC, and I'll give it another run until I'm probably 40, man. So
right.
And Bare Knuckle, man. Yeah, like I said, Paige, man. If you look at her, she's got technical boxing.
She does.
She's good with the in and out, and her only fault was probably the ground.
Right.
And now, so I mean, the girls that are fighting in Bare Knuckle, they're all real sloppy. I mean, they got a couple tough ones, but what they'll do is build her. They'll give her a couple trailer trash bums and let her hopefully style on them and cut them up and build her up, and then give her a hard fight and see what she can do with it then. And that's something like me. The ground. I got a big pride on my ground. I'm grappling with everybody as a black belt or a collegiate wrestler or both there.
Right.
Like I said, if I get cut, if the next 2 fights go out there, I get took down and beat to death and choked out, I'm still at ATT. I'm grappling every day. I'm getting better. I'll be back.
Right.
But
and one thing you said,
I don't think that's gonna happen. But if it did, it's not ever over. I got to where I am now from losses and not ever quitting. So, I mean, I learned from my mistakes, man.
For sure. And one thing you said there, Brok, I think everyone's missing is about how technical Paige is. Same thing with you. Like Bare Knuckle, everyone thinks it's savagery, very brawlery. Like if you're technical, if you're precise, you're going to win those fights more times than none. You know what I mean? Because all it takes is 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah, like you watch my fight with Joe Riggs. I was like, you watch my fights with anybody else, you would see that I come forward a lot, blah, 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 But against Joe Riggs and Bare Knuckle, I knew I had to be fast. I couldn't swing with everything. I had to pick my shots on him. And 5 rounds, I got hit square in the face one time, hit me a lot in the back of my head and some body shots. And realistically, I thought I won that fight 3-2. But the big name, it's going to be, I knew going in that it was going to be hard to beat a big name in decision like that. Definitely close. So, I learned some things from that fight. I mean, you can't just go in there and go. Not everybody's Jim Allers. Not everybody can come in there and throw that clinch in and get them cuts, my boy. But yeah, I mean, you got to like Baboon coming in, man. He's very patient. I used to train with Baboon for 3 years, man. He's one of the greatest. He helped me a lot in my game, sparring and going rounds with him. So, you know, how he approaches it is very strategically, very technical. He don't rush nothing. He's a big counter puncher. And I've gained that same style, you know, training at MMA Masters back in the day and all that.
Right.
So natural counter punchers, it's a good sport because everybody wants to get in there and toe the line and brawl and their name be known as Jason Knight, you know, but not everybody's a Jason Knight. So
for sure.
And a lot of people get knocked out trying to be Jason Knight. I mean, but you could even see that Jason Knight took from the first fight and then the second fight was very more smart, technical, and picked Artem apart. And his next fight, hopefully he fights that same way. And you know, anytime Jason fought smart and technical, he won.
Yeah. It's a big thing, especially bare knuckle to UFC without the gloves. The more technical you are, the more times than not you're going to win. On the 12th, have you got the inkling? Have you got the word from UFC? Is it going to be at the Apex Center? Or a lot of people have been rumoring it's Fight Island. September, they're going to really go back there. Do you know where you're fighting yet?
Vegas. They sent me my travel tickets and everything already.
Done. There you go. We get the scoop, my man.
I'm 1-1 at the Apex. I'm going for 2-1.
That's what I'm saying. I love that. It's the place that Brok Weaver built, man. That Apex is yours.
That's my house.
Yes. Yes,
like,
absolutely. Very cool. Okay, so it's in Vegas. One last thing I kind of want to hit on, close to you with Pensacola and Island fights and Dean Toole, is that Roy Jones and Mike Tyson fight. That just took the world by notice. The internet literally broke for a day or two. A lot of people in your hometown with iKON coming in Biloxi. We know you fought in Biloxi a couple times. So how looking forward are you with Roy Jones Jr. back versus Mike Tyson?
I thought they changed the date.
Yes, November 28th. They didn't want it on the Brok Weaver night. That's the Brok Weaver night at 9/12.
Man, I called Roy. I said, hey, man, you got to switch that. Guy, man. But, yeah, man, that's crazy. You know, that's a fight. Everybody was always playing on the game, you know. I got Tyson, I got Roy Jones, and then growing up as a kid, everybody on the fight night boxing games and stuff. So, man, it's, you know, the thing is, everybody's like, man, Tyson is gonna kill Roy. You gotta think, you know, Tyson just started back training. Roy has never stopped, you know,
never,
and he's only got wiser. You know, maybe a little slower, but maybe just a little bit. I don't, you know, maybe not. He's still fast. And he's training for real now, and he's, you know, I mean, my opinion, I think Roy's gonna kill him, you know, unless Tyson could just catch him with a big bomb, you know what I mean. And Tyson's a technical fighter, but I think Roy's gonna do what everybody thought Roy was gonna do back in the day in their prime. Oh man, yeah, Roy could have beat him in their prime. He can't beat him now. Y'all crazy? Why not now? Because Tyson's on roids. I mean, come on. But yeah, man, I'm glad they changed that, because I really wanted to sit down and watch that whole card and everything. So it's good, man, you know. But it also would have been cool too to get a knockout and then watch Roy knock a dude out on the same night. It would have been pretty hot. So.
They would I think they did that. It was a big boxing fight and a big UFC fight, and they had to wait. They would have to say, hey, Roy, you got to wait. Brok Weaver's out. You know what I mean? Roy's definitely going to be tuning in. We can't wait, man. September 12th, Brok Weaver back in the octagon. Frank Camacho, big pivotal fight for both of your guys' career. Really big upswing for one of you guys on the way out. We're looking forward to it. If you had to tell the people, everyone watching, everyone that's listening, on 9/12, what's going to happen in the UFC Apex Center with Brok Weaver versus Frank Camacho?
I'm going to come out. I'm going to crank the crank's neck all the way to his sleep.
There you go. There you go. My man, Brok, always appreciate you.
If I don't knock him out first. But I'm get my guillotine win one day. I go for it every fight.
I know.
All you opponents out there, Y'all keep throwing y'all's neck trying to take me down. One of y'all's gonna get got with the guillotine. So don't be that guy. Don't try to take me down and hump on my legs. Stand up, be a man, and bang. If not, don't even sign the contract. Because one of y'all's gonna get y'all's neck cranked. It might be Frank.
It might be Frank. 9-12. I think we're gonna see some hands fly. We cannot wait. Brok, appreciate you like always, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Brother.